So, how did I start making mobiles? Well, I was born in Marquette, Michigan, and I love the beaches. I love the water here, and I grew up on the beaches. Every day, get on your bike, take a sandwich, go to the beach, spend the day at the beach, and I started noticing the driftwood, all the shapes and colors and sizes, and pretty soon I was just picking up a few pieces here and there, and then as I got older, picking up a few more pieces, and then wondering what to do with them. And so what fascinated me the most about the driftwood was, and I'll grab a few pieces over here, I know that some were roots because they were the curly ones and the straight ones, but how clean they were, from being washed by the water. So I was just playing with them one day, and I was doing this and trying to find the balance point. And then I thought, I'm going to put some together with string and see if I can make a mobile. And I did. And as you can see right here, my first mobiles were kind of rudimentary. There's a big fat piece and then a piece hanging here and here. And this is a picture of me when I was about 20 years old. And I was out at Presque Isle, and I was at an art fair, a very informal art fair. We would just all get together on a day and put our stuff out. You'd see we'd sit on a park bench like this, and I sold them all the first day. So that was pretty exciting. So I went home that night, and I had a hand drill, and I drilled away and made more for the next day. And that's what got me started. Well, then I got my degree from Northern, and I was a teacher. And when you're a teacher, you're very busy, so you don't have time a lot of times to do, art and teach. And so I didn't make any for quite a few years, maybe a little odds and ends, some with birch bark figures and stuff. And then I retired, and then I really started making them. And my girlfriend called me up one day and said, could you come over and fold a crane with me? I want to learn how to fold a crane. Well, I knew how. So I went over to her house, and she had all this beautiful paper on the table. And I thought, oh my. I started folding cranes, and I couldn't wait to get home and start adding cranes to the wood, because I've always been interested in a world of that has peace in it, and the peace crane is a symbol for so many wonderful things, and long life, and cranes mate for life, and there was just so much there. So I started making them, and people started buying them. And the first thing you're going to do is, this is 6 inches, and the first thing you're going to do is fold it into a triangle, and then you can go like that, and then you're going to fold it into a triangle again, the other way, and you have this nice X, and then you're going to take it and you're going to bring it up here. This is for a fish. Mm-hmm. If I don't think about making a fish, I automatically fold a crane. Mm-hmm. If I'm talking to somebody and I'm folding, all of a sudden I'll look down and go, oh, I folded a crane again, because I really have to think about a fish. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I'm going to fold these up like this. It's all. Have you noticed? It's a lot of triangles. There's a lot of geometry in doing this. Okay, and then I take them. I'm going to make these. If you'll notice on this little fish right here, it has this little part. That's the part I'm folding right here. Right there, like that. And then this one over here. And sometimes I put my nail right down there, so I get a nice. I like crisp. And I like crispiness. Yes. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold this one up just to get the line right there. Mm-hmm. It's not going to stay. And then I fold the back one up. Now sometimes, if you'll notice that this is 2 different sheets of paper. And this is 2 different sheets of paper. This paper and this paper. Okay. So if I want to get something that looks like that, I have to cut this shape out and glue it on here.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not going to do that today. Okay. So I have to come up here and go maybe about that far. And what I'm going to be making is this part, and fold it up again. The fish is one of my favorite things to make. Notice how I'm using my nails. If you don't want to use a nail, you can use something like a bone folder or something to fold it up. And then I'm going to take it like this and open it up. Get my nail in there. Open this up and fold it like this. Now, can you see what's happening here? Okay. Now, I'm going to make this part. So I'm going to fold this a little bit like that, and then I take my scissors. And here they are. I'm going to go in here like this, right here like that. And I'm going to try to cut right on that line, very, very carefully, just up to there. And I do it again here. And then I'm going to open this up, push this in, and now you can kind of see the tail.
Magical.
Now you can leave the tail like this if you want to. I kind of like to make it look, make my fin look
a little fancier.
A little fancier, right. And there's my fish.
Beautiful.
Now, as you can see, I have these little beads that I put on for eyes. You can draw an eye if you want to. You can also color this if you wanted to, or if you have stamps, rubber stamp kind of it. So there's a fishy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
These are some of the other fish I've done. I love this one right here. I put the closed ones in here to kind of keep them closed. Now, when I'm going to hang them on a wire, I use needles, and I use fish line, and I thread this, and then I go right up through this point here. And that helps me to hang it up. Sometimes I string beads down here. Nice. It just depends. So do you want to see another one, or is that good?
Sure, let's do one more.
Okay.
Let's do one more. That would be wonderful.
So I picked out this paper. I like this paper because it looks like
It
water.
is beautiful.
And so we're going to start by turning it over and make our,
And if your pattern is on the one side, you want it to be on the outside of your
right.
fold? Okay.
Right. Actually, you want the pattern when you first start. You want it underneath.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now here's something this is really, really important. You really want to get that top piece perfect.
Okay.
Then come down the middle here, and then get your fingers here, and then go out to the side. And that way, look at how nice this is. It's really pretty. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a triangle. You made a triangle out of a square. Now we're going to make another triangle. And again, get this perfect, hold it, come here, and then go up there like that. And use your fingernail. That's what I do. If you don't have fingernails, try to use some sharp edge.
Yeah. Or sometimes the handle of the scissors or something like that. That's what I have
You
kids
could try
use.
it. I do have
A bone folder.
I have bone folders. Matter of fact, I just got this one for free from the people I get paper from, so I've never used this one. But this is kind of what a bone folder looks like. And I don't know if this is real bone, but you can see how you have that like
Wonderful. Now, Judy, I guess that origami is supposed to be relaxing, isn't it?
It's very.
Okay. Now, sometimes, do you have any advice for kids or people that get a little frustrated when they're doing origami?
I would just say keep trying.
Keep
just
trying.
Keep
take some
trying.
deep breaths. Try not to get too frustrated. Right? Okay.
Don't try to get too frustrated. I've taught children before and adults, and I agree with you. And then the one thing a lot of people have trouble is remembering the steps.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a paper that'll tell you the shapes and show you the pictures.
So people can take their time.
Yes, and just keep doing it over and over again.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go up here to this now. Stop there, come down here, and now I'm going to use the bone folder. That's how I would use it. Okay, again, right here. You don't want to overlap.
Okay.
You want to keep it nice and straight. So there's this ever so tiny little space in there because you don't want to get it too close. Okay. And then fold again. The crispy edges are important. If you don't get your edges crispy, it's harder to do.
Yeah.
Now, notice how I turned it over now because this is where you want to make this other triangle. Two triangles now, two little triangles. And if you can imagine, what part am I making right now? I'm making the fish. Now I have a little bit of white showing there. That's okay. I'm going to adjust it a little bit so that is still showing, but that's okay. Now the fins, and then you're going to hold it here and just tip it over ever so slightly like
I think
that.
of this like making a little collar almost. Right?
Yeah, It's another triangle.
Another triangle.
Different kind of triangle, but another triangle. Math and art. And there we go. Okay, now the next thing, I'm going to take this paper up here, and I only fold it up here to get this line. A lot of times when you're doing origami, you want to make creases. Okay. And so that crease, I'm not going to really use that crease. I'm going to go like this. I want to keep this down here a little bit. And make sure that this is pointed straight up. And here we go. Another bone fold, and then up comes that. Now I've been doing this for many, many years, and that's why it looks so easy.
You have muscle memory.
Right. I'm turning it over. I'm putting it up here. I'm holding it. All so important. A lot of people want to start down here, but I like holding it up here and then getting this fold. Okay. Now we're opening it up. I like to put my fingers right here and do that. Oh, I got a little bulge up here, but that's all right. I might have had it a little close. It's okay to make a mistake. And I'm going to make this little piece right here kind of shows me how far to cut up.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, yeah, and you want to make sure that when you hold it like this, you're cutting on this one, not this one.
Okay.
Okay, so you put your scissor in there. Try to get as close to this, as close to that line as you can. And here, right here. Now we get to open it up. Put your fingers in here, helps you. Open it, pull it apart. Try to push this one in right on these lines. That's why we make those lines. And there it is, ta-da! And then we can leave it like that, or as I like to do, cut in, cut up. Don't cut in too much.